Radigan is the host of CNBC's Fast Money, and Barbara Corcoran is today's contributing real estate expert. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
You know, Barbara, this housing crisis, it's complicated because there are two groups of people that are at risk. There are those that cannot pay their mortgages at all, and that's about 3 million households. Then you have those who can pay their mortgage, but now their home is worth less than what they owe. That's about 10 million households. Now, under this plan, they're talking about lowering interest rates or extending the loan itself. But who is that going to apply to? All of these people? Some of these people?
It will apply to just about anyone who's having a hard time holding on to their house. What is good about this law is the qualifying process is going to be very even-handed. It's not as though you have to fall into a group. As long as you qualify, you get the money.
But what about people who have been paying their mortgage and say, well, what about me? Yeah. I would like my rates lowered as well. And there are going to be plenty of people complaining about this.
And well, they should. We found ourselves in a situation, remember, that was created by our politicians and our bankers where we were creating this easy flow of money. Easy flow of money creates mispricing of assets. And what we mispriced was our houses. So now home prices have to come back to an actual rational price for the average American buyer, as Barbara will tell you. And what you're seeing is a moral hazard. People are getting rewarded for bad behavior, but at the same time, a shock absorber, which is what this is, to try to affect the transition from overpriced houses to properly priced houses without completely destroying so many households in this country. That's the political decision that you're seeing made.
But it's 50 billion.
It's not just $50 billion. There's really access to $350 billion, and that's a ton of money. But they're just starting with the $50 billion right now.
But aren't there some people, Barbara, where they should face foreclosure?
Well, it's almost like a punishment, like you did badly and now we're going to get you. No, I don't believe that at all. I think people made the most prudent decision they were able to make at the time, and if they need the help, it's smart to help them because everybody else is paying that price through the economy. No, it makes no sense at all to punish people who have made a mistake in the past.
You have, like last month alone, I think it was 600,000 jobs lost and more expected. So won't that sort of tip the hand in terms of the foreclosures to come?
It absolutely does. That's the vicious cycle that's the exact vicious cycle they're attempting to arrest with the stimulus program to try to pick up some employment and with the foreclosure program to try to stop the home foreclosure.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing back to the housing market for a minute. The problem here is that there's never been enough help, or there's been programs that have come out that have done nothing for the consumer owning a house. What we have here is an opportunity to totally change the housing market. The only missing piece that I'm very worried about, and I'm very anxious to read these details today, is that it's still optional for the bank to come to the table and play fair ball. And until that's made mandatory by the government, I don't believe any of these programs are going to make a substantial difference.
And as long as the U.S. taxpayer has the downside from these banks, which is where we are right now, the taxpayer has a right to ask of things from our banking system that we could never otherwise ask.